Welcome back. Now for your 5-day weather forecast, we go outside to Marine Con.
It seems like we're having a pretty smooth and steady transition into winter. As you can see, it's already end of November and still there's no sign of snow. Now, let's take a look at our 5-day weather forecast. This cloudy afternoon will have a high of 13 degrees, which will lower to a 7. Saturday will also have a high of 13 with a cloudy sky, and it'll become 9 later in the day. It's going to be raining pretty much all of Saturday with a low of 3 and a high of 11. The rain will continue into Monday morning, and it's going to be a cold one with a high of 6 and a low of 4. Tuesday will be cloudy yet again with 8 degrees and a low 1. Okay, so it might not seem like your ideal weekend weather, but winter vacation is only weeks away. Have a great weekend. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Maureen. It's a Christmas tradition that has survived 2 world wars and the Great Depression. But this Christmas, the Salvation Army bell will jingle a slightly different tune. The organization, in partnership with Cadillac Fairview, will unveil a softer-sounding kettlebell this afternoon. The new bells were created as a result of a Salvation Army bell ban imposed in malls owned by Cadillac Fairview. Last year, the company received multiple complaints from tenants and shoppers over the volume of the bells.
American Thanksgiving is over and Black Friday is upon us. Although some Canadians will cross the border to take advantage of good deals, some Canadian retailers are jumping on the trend here at home. There were deals to be had at the Eaton Centre this morning, but the mall wasn't overcrowded. The only lineup to be found was at cosmetics store Sephora. Some shoppers didn't even know it was Black Friday. So far, Canadians have been spared the sometimes violent frenzy associated with the big day in the U.S. This year, a woman in a Los Angeles Walmart allegedly pepper sprayed other shoppers, injuring 20 people.
In Sydney, Nova Scotia, over 100 years' worth of toxic waste will be capped off and covered with a new park. Waste in the Sydney tar sands came from runoff from a nearby steel plant, and the cleanup has been at the center of a controversy for over 30 years. A 2003 Health Canada study found higher rates of cancer and exposure to arsenic in people who live nearby the tar ponds. It's taken a committee of 15 community organizations over 6 years to reach the decision to turn it into a park.
A disaster was averted after a supply ship struck an oil rig off the coast of Newfoundland yesterday. A hole nearly 5 meters wide was the result of the collision, but the accident occurred in one of the rig's watertight compartments. The hole has since been sealed, but drilling has been suspended while the rig undergoes repairs.
Bad news, Ontario. Saskatchewan earns more money than you do. A StatsCan study says workers in the Prairie Province earn the second highest wages in Canada, after Alberta. According to the study, average weekly earnings in Saskatchewan are $901, up 6.9% since last year. Ontario's earnings dropped 1.3% to $889 since September 2010.
And now with your sports news, here's Caitlin DeCarey.
Thanks, guys. Here's your sports update. Humber's men's golf has been ranked #1 in the country by the Golf Coaches Association of Canada. This fall, the Humber team won their 3rd consecutive Ping National Championship title. They also earned the OCAA Championship for the 6th year in a row. Many Americans enjoyed turkey and football yesterday with 3 games in the NFL. The Green Bay Packers outscored the Detroit Lions 27-15. The Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins had a tight game, but the Cowboys pulled through, winning 20-19. And the Baltimore Ravens took the San Francisco 49ers 16-6. Now it's Canada's turn to watch football. The BC Lions take on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers in the CFL's Grey Cup action in Vancouver this Sunday. I've heard people are putting their money on the Lions. BC Lions quarterback Travis Lulay received the Outstanding Player Award ahead of Sunday's game. For some, the Grey Cup carries a deeper meaning. Christopher Dickinson is quickly buying last-minute supplies for his family's annual football fundraiser. His father, a CFL fan, died of pancreatic cancer 9 years ago when Dickinson was 17. Since then, the family holds a Grey Cup party in memory of their father and to raise money for the Princess Margaret Hospital. This year, their goal is to raise $10,000.
I guess for me, when I was a kid, I used to always watch football with my dad. So just being able to get everybody together and watch football on Sundays is really awesome. So I think that's probably the best thing about the event. Yeah.
Christopher is amazed at the support the fundraiser receives and looks forward to it every year. The weekend kicks off with 13 NHL games. All our Canadian teams are on ice tonight, and here's a look at who's facing off. Montreal Canadiens are playing the Philadelphia Flyers. Edmonton Oilers face off against the Minnesota Wild. The Ottawa Senators are in Pittsburgh. The Winnipeg Jets are playing the Carolina Hurricanes. The Calgary Flames face the St. Louis Blues. The Toronto Maple Leafs are up against the Dallas Stars. And the Vancouver Canucks play the Phoenix Coyotes. That's all for sports. Back to Aaron and Catherine at the desk.
Thanks, Caitlin. After the break, we'll get the latest in entertainment from Tavia Castle.
Detroit has no love for Nickelback. Jimmy Fallon's not as funny as he thought, and there will be purple rain in the forecast this weekend. I'll have all that and more in your entertainment update.